Okay, so today I'm fixing something that I messed up when I did my own septic. And I'll go ahead and record this video just so somebody else doesn't make my error. I bought this, I think it was an 800 or 1200 gallon septic tank from Home Depot, and it has pre-drilled orifices on the discharge and inlet. You cut your own up top for your clean out. So just to backtrack, there's about 800 square feet worth of living in here. I did a 3-inch coming out because of the small space. From what I researched, if you don't have a heavy volume of sewage coming into your line, you're better off going with a 3-inch pipe. It's less prone and susceptible to clogging. It comes into this clean out and then comes over, and then it's either a 45 or a 90 that drops down and then flattens back out to where it goes into the 800 gallon or 1200 gallon plastic septic tank. From there, it enters into the tank and it curves down where all your waste goes into this big tank. On the discharge side, there's something called an effluent filter. It's that yellow thing right there. That's in a piece of 4-inch pipe. If I were to pull, what happened, why I had to do this right now, is that filter did what it's supposed to. It became clogged. When it became clogged, the toilet started bubbling when I drained the bathtub, so I knew something was up. I looked at the clean out. It was full of crystal clear water. The next suspect was this distribution box, which I'll get to in a second. But this is my issue. When I first put this tank in, I was in a hurry, and I thought, well, heck, that's 4-inch, so I'll put a 4-inch riser coming out of there where I'll just be able to pull that out, and whenever the septic needs clean or pumped, they can just drop the hose down. Well, that 4-inch pipe will not accommodate this 4-inch effluent filter. So I've been putting this off. I meant to do it whenever I needed the tank discharged or pumped, but it didn't last long enough. So what I had to do is go up and buy it. I wanted to do 5-inch, but there wasn't any available. This is 6-inch. It was $80 for a 20-foot length of 6-inch PVC. This 6-inch flange was $42, and a handful of bolts from Tractor Supply were $14. And also, to accompany that flange, they have a gasket kit. Those bolts are way too long, obviously, so that's why I had to stop by Tractor Supply and grab those bolts. This is what's going to be up top. Just another clean out, and that's the gist. So if you're doing your own septic, don't make the same mistake I did. You got to have that filter. You got to, otherwise solids get into your lateral lines. So this is my distribution box. What I did here is you can see it's all starting to drain because it finally became unclogged. But I have 2 lines going out this direction. One line actually goes out this way and curves in. One line goes out and then turns into almost like it branches off into 2 or 3 different branches. I dug down, I forget how deep, probably 2 feet. I laid down a bed of 6 inches to 12 inches worth of gravel, threw the line over the top, put some weed block over the top or something to that effect, came back over that weed block with some more gravel, and then backfilled with sand and fill. The other thing I did was I alternated the pointing of the directions of the lateral lines. The holes are on the bottom, but some point out to the left and the others point out to the right, and they alternate. My thought was it'd distribute the water more evenly. We've had 0 issues out of this. I knew this would be an issue. When I wrapped it up and filled in the hole, I did so knowing that I would need to fix this someday, and it happened about 1.5 to 2 years in. That filter became clogged. So just a heads up, cautionary tale. You don't have to do what I did. No regrets on doing this. It was probably about $800 for the septic tank, another $75 for the distribution box and other plumbing between there and the house, and the lateral lines. I think I have about 150 feet worth of lateral lines in total, which had been plenty to accommodate 800 square foot worth of apartment. Good luck to you.